Okay, we watched. I've been waiting for so long for Raising Kanan to come back. I think out of all of the spinoffs, it's probably like I like Raising Kanan more than what's the one about Big Meech and stuff like that?
Big Meech. Who is Big Meech? I don't know who Big Meech is.
He was a very popular drug dealer. 50 Cent has a lot of shows that he executive produced, and all of them are fire. Like, I don't know what it is about 50 Cent, but it's just something about his executive produced shows. They're great. I typed in 50 Cent Big Meech, and it didn't instantly give me the TV show that I was looking for.
That's not the one with Tommy, is it?
No, Tom. Okay, I lied when I said every show that 50% was involved in was fire, because that Tommy one was kind of mid. But it's called BMF.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, yeah, but like, what other 50 Cent show was it better than? Like, it wasn't better than Power. It wasn't better than BMF. It wasn't better than Raising Kanan. It wasn't better than Power Book 2. Like, hold on one second. Like, it was cool, but like, I watched it because it was good. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a good show. It was entertaining, but like, compared, kind of how I feel about Nope. Like, yeah, Nope was a pretty good movie, but if we're gonna compare it to the other stuff Jordan Peele did, not really. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I forgot, why was I even talking about that? Oh yeah, but we
were talking about Raising Kanan.
Yeah, we went to watch Raising Kanan. I'm glad that we're talking about it after episode 2 instead of episode 1, because episode 1 for me personally was like severely underwhelming, but it did a good job of like setting the stage for what was going on and everything. If I like didn't remember season 1, then like episode 1 of season 2 did a good. It was, in my mind, it was just a recap. Not really a recap because it did move the story forward, but it was just more so resetting the scene. But episode 2 is fire.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the mom's doing too much, but hey, she's playing her part, I guess. She's being a big time drug lord, but
what I'm not gonna say that I disagree with you, but when you say doing too much, what exactly?
I mean, now she's actually shooting one of the number one guys in the head without even asking him any questions. Why was you down at the police station? Just because the cop said, hey, he was down there talking to a certain, not knowing. And because we saw the picture itself, we realized that he had got busted gambling. Mm-hmm. And that's probably why he didn't tell them, because they had said, hey, no more gambling. And now the man got shot in the head and he dead, and had no questions been asked. And he been around forever,
since he was a teenager.
Yeah,
I thought that was foul. It did come at the end of the episode. That's why I still feel like the episode was fire. But like, I did think that was real foul. And like, even in the event that he was like on some type of snitching thing, y'all had kind of been doing him dirty, first of all. Second of all, when you say that she was doing too much, the first thing that comes to mind for me personally was you're recruiting
other gangs.
Yeah, you're recruiting the top guys from other gangs to be running operations for you.
Yeah.
If I'm I'm not number 2, number 3, like I'm not in your family, but we can agree he was probably the top person that wasn't a part of her family in it. If I'm that and I'm seeing you do this, like, yeah, I feel like you're doing me dirty. He even vented that you was doing me dirty.
Right.
Obviously, he lied about being at the police station because, like you say, he didn't want to tell them that he got arrested doing exactly what they told him not to do,
right.
Even though it's a thing he commonly does. That's how they knew to come arrest him for it. But like, obviously he was gonna lie about that type of thing. But if I'm him, and even like he vented, like, y'all doing me wrong. I feel like if she just legitimately gave him that property that she was making it seem like she was gonna give him when they drove him to the abandoned building where they shot him.
Right.
Like, I think that it could be used as an asset. Not on top of the fact that it's like, all right, if you are talking to the police right now, I got a gun to your head. I know the jig is up. We can work that out. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Especially somebody who dedicated a whole eye to me. Like, don't have no depth perception. He can't tie his shoes right. He can't put pictures up right and stuff like that. Like, I just think that it was wrong that he wasn't given a little bit larger of a leash, like, understanding the context.
And my thing is that, hey, this guy been with you forever. You already done made it up in your head. Hey, I'm gonna kill him because he's a snitch. At least find out from him before you pull the trigger. You got him in the warehouse and everything. You ain't nothing he can do. Ask him, why were you down there at the police station? Why were you talking to that cop? And see what the answers are.
And the reason why she had to pull that trigger is because her brothers didn't want to.
Oh no, they wasn't gonna do it. It
was messed up. It was a messed up thing to do. How she handled it. And in my mind, I knew when they were driving him there, just from the somber tone in the car and the fact that they showed the meeting they had talking about it, that's what was going on. But like, I still imagined him having a chance to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right. See, he didn't even have a chance to speak on the matter.
And if you want to let him speak and then kill him afterwards because you don't believe that
what he said, then hey, that's your choice. But at least let him say something. You owe that much to him because he's been a loyal soldier for you.
Exactly. Like, I think that's just messed up. And similarly to the fact that I think it was messed up that she had to send Kanan to go shoot the police officer. I think that was her being overly dramatic.
Right, just because the police officer saying that Kanan is his son and she don't want. I don't understand. If that's the case, why she don't own up to it?
First of all, I don't think that's as bad as I think it's less about, because she's trying to make it seem like, oh, if people in the streets knew that Kanan's dad was a police officer, they would be coming after him. But like, logically, that doesn't really add up because people haven't murdered that actual police officer yet.
Right.
So it's like, if anything, that's an extra layer of protection. You just don't want to be embarrassed by the fact that you was banging a police officer, which is cool, fine, and dandy. But it's like, why do you need Kanan specifically to be the person? Like, you could have hired that same dude with the one eye to do the exact same thing, wearing the exact same clothes, and you know that he probably would have got it done properly.
Right.
So it's just, I think that like I say, I think a lot of her actions is just her being over dramatic about things. And I think emotion is leading her actions more so than the stoic like persona she's trying to put on would lead like you to believe.
And in life in general, that's why a lot of people don't give as much credence to women in roles like the one she's playing, because they know that emotionally they show an emotional side. The average man who's playing a drug lord like that, a gangster, he may be more vicious, but he's gonna be more understanding. It's always gonna be business and not emotions.
And I will give it to her that her creative side, which I think is something that they're trying to play up for women, which I will give to them in a situation like that. It's like her whole operation and everything is pure genius, but it's just in the moment.
Well, the thing is that that whole concept that they're using, that came from New Jack City.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like maybe that's just something that somebody had an idea to do, and like people who know about the particular crack trade from that time period, because it's not like they had New Jack City in that specific time period to reference. So when she came up with the idea to do that, it was her idea, which I think was a good idea. I think that she does have a certain level of creativity to her that it can't be understated.
Yeah, well, when I heard them talking about that, I thought about New Jack City and when they took over the Carter.
Would you believe me if I tell you I've seen New Jack City once when I was like 12 and I don't remember nothing about it?
Oh yeah, that was Wesley was the true gangster of the drug game back in New York in the 80s.
And then he snitched.
Yeah. Well, he did. When he got caught at the end, he snitched, and then he had to pay because the neighborhood man told him his soul was required in hell.
So, while we're on the topic of snitching, I know you know nothing about this, but one of the like biggest rap gang group, label, whatever you want to call them nowadays, there's such a small difference between labels and gangs. And Atlanta is caught up on a RICO charge. It's not a federal RICO, it's a state RICO in the state of Georgia. And people is telling, and I think we as black people, I'm not going to say we as the hood culture, but the hood culture in general, they need to let go of this stop snitching thing. Not because I feel like snitching is appropriate, because I think that they get a bad rap for the whole stop snitching thing. That's a thing in everything. Like between police officers, like no matter where you go organizationally, it is frowned upon to tell on your own organization for the benefit of whoever is legislating them or any force that's over them. But I think we need to let go of this stop snitching like idea, because it's never been a thing where people don't snitch. And I think that we need to focus more on, do things that you can't get snitched on. Like, not even if you are going to do illegal things, do them in a way to where people can't, like, be more cognitive of the fact that people will snitch on you, because people not snitching has never, ever been a thing.
And my grandfather told me years ago when I was young and everything, if you're going to do something that's illegal or something that could get you in trouble, do it by yourself.
I said it in a song.
Never let anybody else be there to be able to hold that over your head.
I said it in the song. I said I did that by myself because I know that I ain't finna tell it. My lawyer the best, but if I got to call him, you niggas is going to need a reverend. I used to be really good at rapping. I used to back in the G. I used to be really good at it. But I just wanted to get that off my chest because it bothers me so much how shocked everyone is when people snitch. And it's like, bro, that's what they do.
And they say snitches get stitches, but I used to tell on people right there while they standing there. Yeah, he did that.
Because no, snitches don't get stitches. Because nobody is going to give stitches to the person who you know is going to tell on you for giving them stitches. Like, that's not this sentiment in itself just doesn't make any sense. Like, there was this famous rapper, 6ix9ine. He got caught up in a RICO with his blood gang from New York. This was a federal RICO, and he had to take the stand and stuff like that. And it's like everybody was talking about, when he get out, because he only went to jail for what he did for like 2 years, and he was like calling hits and everything, but everybody in his gang had to go to jail for 10, 15 plus years. Mm-hmm. And people was like, when he get out, it's bad for him. Like, he gonna need this much money in security, because people no, he's not, because people know he tell. People know he would tell. What makes there's nothing that and then that's the same argument. All these people who was pretending like they was gonna do something to him when he got out, they were making that same argument like, I ain't gonna do nothing to him because you know he'll go to the police about it. Like, yes, you knew that when you were making all those threats while he was in jail. After a while, he just stopped moving with security. There's a million videos. I know a guy personally who ran into him in Miami by himself because nobody was finna touch this man knowing he was gonna tell. The police are the biggest gang in the world. There's nothing that you and your set of gangsters is gonna do that's gonna scare somebody who has the police on their side. It's just not gonna happen.
Yep, that's true. So what was that? We went off on something else talking about.
Oh, we was.
Raising Kanan.
Yeah, I said, did you have anything else that you had for raising?
No.
Kanan?
I was good.
I was pissed off at the anger management lady. She made me so mad. It's like, bro, why are you playing with this man? I think she like him, and that's her way of flirting. I bet you. I'm gonna say this now. I'm gonna put this on record now. I bet he sleep with her before the end of the season.
Oh yeah, that's gonna end up his love interest because you can tell the way she's looking and everything, the way she's trying to flaunt her authority over him, and this man ain't. Even though you truly know he don't need anger management, because once the white guy would have got some spit on me, I'd have uppercutted him to sleep.
Exactly. I need anger management way more than this guy.
Because I'm like, you done instead of me spitting.
He's probably the most chill guy in the show. Like, he is there because he got caught up doing something wrong. Come to find out, whoever's seen him, they ended up not showing up to testify. So the police was like, well, we just gonna get you on whatever we can get you on. Yeah, we can't get you on the big crime, but you had some weed with you, so we're gonna charge you for that. You got to take some sort of course.
But how you get anger management out of having a little weed on you?
Because they said that he got to do something like it's a loss for the DA if they're like, all right, we just gonna let you off, or we're gonna give you a slap on the wrist. So we got to give you some sort of punishment. He had the choice of two different things to take classes on. I don't remember what the other one was, but he chose anger management, and that's when his lawyer was like, all right, well, you just got to show up. Until the lady started, what I'm going to say is flirting with him, but basically messing with him. It's like you sitting in the room, 2 people talk, 10 people don't talk, but then you want to single him out. And then when I say he handled that from an anger management perspective, the best that you possibly could. Like,
but then she still ended up trying to blame him for it.
Exactly, and that just made me. She's annoying me, and I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt that she'll give me more redeeming qualities. But I gave that same benefit of the doubt to Franklin's love interest, and I hate her. So
watch yourself.
I gotta finish Snowfall before we talk about it because I stopped watching like at episode 5 or 6. But I know that.
But I don't think there's any new episodes out there though.
Well, I mean, I think you finished. I think the season's done, but I'm pretty sure you finished the season. I didn't. I had just told myself I gotta let some episodes build up so I could watch them all at once. But the reality of the situation is I just wasn't enjoying this most recent season as much as I thought I would. And after episode 1, I was invested because I had liked where it was going, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till the season ends and I'm gonna just watch it all at once. I said the same thing about the Fresh Prince spinoff. Let's not talk about that. We're not gonna talk about the Fresh Prince spinoff, but like I said the same thing, and it's just like my interest wasn't peaked enough that's brought me back to it. But I will come back to it.
But my thing is the only reason I didn't continue to watch some more Fresh Prince is because I didn't want to end up buying Peacock. For that reason alone, I didn't want to end up buying Peacock.
We could watch it together. Hold on real quick.